So, Nadiya Hussain, it's amazing to meet you.
Thank you.
Welcome to the pool kitchen. I am loving your Nadiya's Kitchen book. I need to ask you, did you actually write it yourself?
I did. Yes, I did. It was one of those things when I wrote the book, it was all the recipes, the first thing I did was the recipes. The chapters and the recipes, and I thought, well, each of them need an introduction and each chapter needs an introduction, and the chapters were so kind of geared towards the way I cook and the way my family cook and the way we eat that, you know, writing was, for me, it was so easy just to kind of express how we cook and how we eat and how we live, and I'm hoping that when somebody reads that, they get that sense of the family.
Do you actually bake every day?
I do bake every single day. There's always something happening. I mean, it's not just for kind of now, I do a lot of it for work and books and recipes and the column and stuff, but I do bake every day. It's like I get itchy fingers if I'm not in the kitchen. As soon as I finish my cooking, I'll be like, what can I bake? And so, yeah, there's always something.
And how come everyone in your family isn't as fat as a butterball?
They all run. So like I will do as much exercise as I can possibly fit in at the moment, but my husband will run 7.5 miles every day so he can eat cake.
How many pieces of cake does 7.5 miles get you?
He can eat a cake. I mean, he can easily polish off half a cake. Yeah.
That's impressive.
That's pretty impressive.
I have to ask you actually, what's your take on the clean eating brigade? Because the ingredients that pop up again and again in this is butter, cream, sugar, flour. So what's your take on the whole sort of clean eating mob?
It's great for those who kind of like that kind of stuff, but for me, I've got 3 children, and the one thing I don't want is for my children to grow up with an unhealthy attitude towards food. I think to be able to cook and eat normally and have that attitude that you don't have to eat everything in big portions, and they exercise, that's what's important for me. As long as they can eat whatever they want, but know that there's a balance and know that they can exercise at the same time, that's what's important to me. So I won't be juicing anytime soon.
Can you remember the first kind of baked good that you made and brought home
Scones.
as a kid? Scones.
They still do that. My nephew, who is 12, who's in year 8, he came home with scones, and that's a classic. I mean, it's you can tell that's kind of lasted, and it's kind of the test of time. You know, I did scones 16 years ago in school, and he's doing it now.
What do you see in the future? Is it a sort of a baking range and more books, a TV show, or what do you see in the future?
I think after doing Bake Off, I didn't imagine that I'd do any of this. So the book was, I'd never expected to do a book or any of that. So to actually physically have that here with me, and that I've done that, and that's my hard work, you know, I never imagined I'd do it. There was no expectation. But now it's like, I don't have a plan. I don't have a plan. I think when I have a plan, I never had a plan for all of this, and it happened. So I'm kind of winging it a little bit.
Yeah, nice.
A little bit of winging it. I'm winging it a little bit. I don't have a plan. But the difference now is that I dare to dream, and I think that I can do whatever I want.
Who's the most interesting person you've cooked with since the end of Bake Off?
Of course, the Queen. She, so I did her 90th birthday cake, which was, I didn't realise, I mean, you hear the word, oh, you bake a cake for the Queen, and I remember thinking it was a sick joke, thinking this isn't right.
Yeah.
And I was in the midst of doing other things, and then it only dawned on me when I was stood there with a cake in front of the Queen, and I was completely starstruck. I didn't think I was going to be, but I was completely starstruck. And it was 12:30 in the afternoon, and I said, "Good morning, Your Majesty. No happy birthday, Your Highness." So completely, and I just bowed.
Did you curtsy?
I tried, and then it was a major flop. My foot did something wrong, and then I kind of went like this, and I just kind of thought, right, I've messed that up completely.
Look at your husband's Twitter feed and just see him enjoying, like reveling in your success. Does he miss having you at home and being old Nadiya, or is he truly loving it as much as he seems?
Well, I think I'm always old Nadiya at home. I'm still the same person. I think the difference now is he sees the confidence that I've got, you know, like the confidence that I had when we got married. I think he sees that same person. Like when we first got married, I was this confident, worked 2 jobs, you know, bought a house, you know, I was confident. And then as soon as I had my kids, it was like I did this whole lioness thing where protect, you know, you have a child and your whole world is about protecting them. And that's what I did. It was like at the cost of myself, I would protect my children, and I would still do that. You know, at the cost of myself, I will always protect my kids, and that's what I did though. But what happened was I lost myself in the process.
Yeah.
You know, you lose your confidence. You know, I'm like, oh, I'll brush my hair tomorrow, it'll be fine. You know, and then I don't need to wear high heels, it'll be fine. You know, like walking out with sick and saying, it'll be fine, don't worry, it's just sick, I've got babies, it's fine. You know,
I think most women can relate to that.
Yeah, I think there are lots of women
even
who
ones
can relate.
without children.
Yeah, you know, but you think that you think, oh, that's fine, I've got children. But you know, you do lose a little bit of yourself, and with that, you lose a little bit of your confidence. And I remember after Bake Off, he just said, through the weeks, he said, come sort of week 7, he goes, I just felt like you were the same person.
So he got you on British Bake Off to get back old Nadiya, the kind of the confident, bubbly girl he married.
Yeah. Well,
so that's what you were like when you married?
Yeah. And he said, wouldn't you love the kids to meet the you before you had them?
Yeah.
That's what he always says. He says, wouldn't you love the kids to meet the you before you had them? Because sometimes I was so stressed about getting everything perfect with them that I was winding myself up and then just kind of exploding. So it was just, you know, he was like, they would love to meet the you before you had them. And
so you're saying you were kind of channeling all your emotional and mental energy into being a perfect mum.
Yeah.
At the cost of not being you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nadiya Hussain, through mouthfuls of your delicious macaroons, I want to say it's been so lovely to meet you. And I'm just another person who wants to give you a massive hug.
Thank you very much.
You're such a great girl. Thank you. Back to the macaroons.
Back to the macarons.